Hello humans, this is Random Guy and welcome to the Random Channel. Today we are doing something a bit different. It's more of like a rant video. And what happened was last week I was on Steam and I saw this game called Rape Day. And I was like, what type of fucking name is Rape Day? I mean, like, I don't have a problem with the name, but I just didn't expect to see something like that on Steam. So this is the front page of the game. Rape Day is a game where you can rape and murder during a zombie apocalypse. So basically, it's basically a visual novel game. You know, visual novels where you just click and make choices and read dialogue with images to assist you along the way. So this was a little bit of a different type of take. You know, the creator decided to take a more of a different type of fantasy approach because in fantasy, you know, games have murder, torture, but rape is still more of a taboo subject. What the fuck's up with my throat today? So about this game, control the choices of a menacing serial killer rapist during a zombie apocalypse. Verbally harass, kill, and rape women as you choose to progress the story. It's a dangerous world with no laws. The zombie enjoy eating the flesh of bomb humans and brutally raping them. Was that zombies rape as well? And that would kind of be awkward to see a zombie raping someone and brutally raping them, but you are the most dangerous rapist in town. Rape Day is a choice-driven visual novel. It does not include grinding or any other time-wasting activities. And that's helpful. So skip the foreplay and enjoy your Rape Day. You deserve it. Rape Day, the visual novel game, contains more than 500 images and over 7,000 words and evil choices. Now, 500 images is a lot. That's a lot. And evil choices, I generally prefer not to use the word evil. It's, it should be a subjective term, but people use it objectively. But that's a different story. This game reminds me of what was a game called Rape Play. I think it was a Japanese-made game, Rape Play, in which you have to harass and molest two daughters and a mother and then rape their entire family or something like that. It was banned from like almost every platform. It was so fucking good. I found it somewhere on the internet. I still haven't played it in its entirety, but this is what this game reminds me of. Except for the fact this does not look as cheery as that game. Okay. So yeah, this is the website. I think it's called rapeday.com, which is funny. I don't know why it's funny to me, but it's funny to me. But this is something on the article, so I'm just gonna read everything that's on the website, and then I'm gonna give you my personal opinion on the topic. Rape Day coming soon. Rape Day is a visual novel where you control the choices of a sociopath during a zombie apocalypse. You can verbally harass, kill people, and rape women as you choose to progress the story. Currently, Rape Day is being reviewed by Valve for inclusion in the Steam store. So first of all, a sociopath is different from a psychopath. Sociopaths generally become they're not born because of certain circumstances from like their childhood or some other tragedy they may have incurred. They become sociopaths. Psychopaths are born. And also the Steam store, this is the thing that the Valve is a company that owns Steams, runs Steams, whatever. They are actually in the process of trying to figure out what to do with the game because the media and press and various people are going about saying stuff like, how could Steam even think of allowing something like this on their platform? But at the same time, a lot of other people, such as myself, are saying that this is freedom of speech and they should be allowed to put this kind of stuff up, considering that Steam's policy specifically says that, they will only remove illegal and what is that? Troll stuff. So this game is clearly not a troll, and the illegal part, I mean, if they want to go ahead and say that rape is illegal, that's why we are banning this game, they will have to literally ban almost every game on the platform. Because, there are a lot of games that just, mindlessly murdering this and that. I mean, the hack and slash genre would be fucked if killing in video games was illegal. Okay, let's move on to the next page. Meet the author. Common questions. Books and games like this should be illegal. My opinion, first of all, no, they should not be. Books and games like this should be 100% legal because, it's freedom of speech. They should be allowed to say and write stuff. It's fiction. No one's getting hurt. It's like if you don't want to read it, just don't read it. It's problem solved. It's like, am I shoving the book in your face? It's just another book or it's just another game. Some people like me who want to play it will play it or read it. Why are you reading it? Like if you get triggered by reading like the auto, like a biography of Hitler or something, don't read it. Or you're gonna be like, we should just remove Hitler from history or something. That's stupid. Okay, so answer. If you ever come to the scientific conclusion that committing crimes in video games significantly increases the chance of committing crimes in real life, then at that point, we as a society will have to decide if we want to ban committing some or all crimes in fiction. But you can't reasonably consider banning rape in fiction without banning murder and torture. Murder has been normalized in fiction, and while rape has yet to be normalized. At some point in the future, game historians will look back on the visual novels such as Rape Day as game historians look back on games such as Grand Theft Auto, now or even the first time nudity was shown on television. Moral outrage does not stop the entertainment industry. It slows it down, but in time, society progresses and realizes that the purely fiction things they thought would cause moral decay and widespread lawlessness, in fact, do not. Yeah, this is another thing. I think the major reason why people were triggered by the existence of this game is because it's just their morals. It's like they are not their morals are not flexible even enough to allow something that they don't like. It's a very radical approach, honestly, if you ask me. Where did you get your inspiration for Rape Day? It's his answer, it's not mine, but I would guess he probably reads doujinshis or some kind of fanfics about rape and stuff. I certainly do read them, and they're pretty damn fun. You can bust a fat nut, and they're good. I mean, not always I read this. Not like I just go on hentai and just pull up rape tab every single time. But yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's just fantasy, It's a power fantasy, you could say. As a child, I grew up on horror books. Books like Goosebumps, Scary. I've read that. I've read Goosebumps. A few books actually. Scary stories for sleepovers and scary stories to tell in the dark. As an adult, I enjoy horror and psychological thrillers. I'm a big fan of zombies. Hold on, my fucking mic. Zombies on their own can be boring, but they're a fun backdrop to add a bit of danger to the world in which your story takes place. I also really love stories that follow the villain's perspective, such as Mr. Brooks and Nightcrawler. Morality is subjective and depends a great deal on our basic perceptions and beliefs on what is happening. And while we think we are fighting great wars against evil villains, they believe the same about us. Movies that show the hero as a villain are more real in the sense and more complete. And as most people, I love porn as well. So I decided to combine all of this. Originally, I set out to make comics and eventually decided to make this visual novel. I also grew up reading choice-driven books and really loved that form of fiction. Rape Day combines the best of all of this. But really, what's up with this game? Yeah, this answer is satisfactory enough. I won't really go on about it. It's pretty recent. Like he's been reading horror books and encountering all this stuff in his life, and now he combines all of it. It's a dream come true sort of thing. I mean, at least someone's doing something for their dream. Someone's working for it at least. But really, what's up with this game? In some way, every fantasy is a power fantasy. Even if it's some oddball story about gaining the acceptance of the loss of control, it's still a form of power. Porn is even more so about power. Or maybe it's me trying to work out my own trauma PTSD. I don't know what the last line is about. Does he have PTSD or something? But the first line, I can tell that yes, power struggles and power fantasy is always something. This is one of the things that says that power gets to your head. If you suddenly gain power, if you grow into power slowly, then it's much easier to manage it. But if you just like suddenly come into power, then you have no idea what to do and how to do it. So it's a bit of an issue. What is the underlying theme of Rape Day? Ultimately, the theme is that meaning is dependent entirely on subjective value systems, and that in the end we all die. Life is really pretty pointless except the points that you choose to give it, which are themselves completely arbitrary, none greater than the other. That is 100% true. One of the reason why I don't use evil, the words that I don't use are evil and justice and stuff like this. These are the words I generally prefer not to use, and using them actually, not just saying them for reading out of something or saying them in context or something, using them myself, I don't think I've used them like more than 5 times in my entire goddamn life. Evil and justice and these terms are way too subjective. Like it's a matter of perspective, really. What do you consider justice and what do you consider evil or pure? Good and bad are much better terms to use, considering good and bad suggest that we are looking at stuff more from a society standpoint. It's like something is good, meaning someone is doing charity, someone's stealing stuff, so that's bad. So that's from a society standpoint, it's much more easier that way. But when you use terms like pure or evil or justice, then they're extremely subjective, and that certainly puts up a barrier. Is this game a comedy? Yes, it's a dark comedy. Dark, horrific subject matter colored with a sense of joy and dark purpose. In real life, I have an undercurrent of sarcasm and reverence in nearly everything I say and do, and that emanates from writing of the game as well. I laugh at the most inappropriate times in real life, and this emotional coloring of sensory data bleeds into the subtext of the game. Still, the main character of Rape Day does not act, talk, or think like I do. He is more evil, brash, and crude. I thought he was about to go and say that he's just a character in a video game. You can't really say that he thinks for himself. But he went that way, but that's also fine. And yes, I certainly do enjoy a little bit of dark comedy, and even in like IRL, I have like, you could say like I understand emotions, but for the most part, I don't feel emotions all that much. Um, I mean, even like I think when my grandparents died, when then I was just standing there, like no emotion at all. It's not like I wasn't attached to them. Even my grandmother raised me from like when I was a kid, but still I was just standing there without like little to no emotion on my face, because I don't know, I've just grown away from them, I guess. And I certainly do enjoy, as I said, dark comedy. It's fun to look at it this way, that not everything is PC. At least we can enjoy our jokes. I know what's up with my fucking throat. Fucking hurts. I need to get it checked or something. Are you or people that enjoy playing what? Are you or people that enjoy games like this a danger to society? Well, that's a bit absurd, wouldn't you say? This is the ultimate, argument where the games make you violent. I think MatPat did a video on this on the Game Theorist channel, where he talked about how it's not that games make people violent, it's that violent people go towards these games. And that's great, actually. I mean, if you can get satisfied or calm your demeanor by just killing some non-existent characters in a video game, then that's great, isn't it? You get a media to release your frustration instead of going out and clobbering a person to death. So yeah, I think games are great forms of entertainment and a great way to let out stress. Not any more than people enjoy playing Grand Theft Auto or Hitman. Most people can separate fiction from reality pretty well, and those that can't should be playing video games. The point of games is to do things or experience things that you can't or shouldn't in reality. If games and movies were just like real life, they would be pretty boring. Yeah, this is why in anime, right? There's a genre called slice of life. So slice of life is literally showing a person's day-to-day life and everything they encounter, from simple problems to major problems, everything within the realm of um, what is that, acceptability, or within the realm of possibility, instead of going out of your way to create stuff that doesn't actually exist. Not yet, anyway. So yeah, games and movies generally become really boring when they are, um, related to real life directly, and that's why a lot of people don't really like the slice of life genre as well. But when done right, I would say it's pretty good. I mean, if you can do slice of life right, if you can show everyday real life, just normal one, in a more fun manner, I would say it's still pretty damn entertaining. But yeah, I can understand that a lot of people that do not appreciate just normal everyday life stuff. And how many are you going to make? Even like you can make a few, like three, four, but after that you have to move back to your superheroes and all that stuff, because otherwise it becomes really boring. Your game will get banned. I did first of all, yeah, I'm pretty damn sure this game will get banned. It's still on Steam, I believe. I haven't checked in a week about, but his game will probably get banned, which is sad, really. I mean, that's clearly double standards on Steam's part, but they're trying to protect their brand. I'll leave the link to the website in the description, so you can go and put in your email there, and they will you will get a email when the game becomes available, so you can buy it on Steam if it becomes available on Steam, which it probably won't, unfortunately. Or you can just go on his website and buy it. So I will leave the link to the website in the description. Hopefully it's not more than $5 though. I mean, I don't, as far as I have seen, what I've seen, I don't think more than $5 is, it's not worth more than $5, I don't think. It's just my personal opinion, obviously. I mean, it could be worth more than that. Your game will be banned. I did not set out to upset anyone. I set out to make an entertaining visual novel. I would enjoy, and some others would enjoy as well. Some being the keyword, because people like me will certainly enjoy it, but I doubt a lot of people would enjoy it. Moral outrage of vocal minority may be enough to cause Steam to ban my game and or myself. If my game is banned, but I am not banned, I may choose to create non-violent porn games or violent games without a pornographic element to them. I will continue to comply with all of the Steam's new rules and policies unless I feel those policies become too restrictive on my creative freedom, in which case I will default to solution 2 below. If both my game is banned and I am banned, that will ensure that a content platform for all kinds of legal and quality porn games exists. I will ensure that it provides a stable foundation for the porn gaming industry to grow and flourish to be a $1 billion industry that basic biology would have it be. Again, if Steam chooses to continue to allow this kind of content as the fledgling porn gaming industry starts to emerge, then they will reap the greatest rewards, and I will be more than happy for them. Hold on. Myself continue to build quality niche porn games, whatever. Yeah, I mean, I would say that's a pretty good decision on his part. But what does this mean? If I will ensure that a content platform for all kinds of legal quality porn games exists, is he planning on making a platform, or is does one exist that he's going to tell us about, or something like that? Sorry, my mic's just a little bit fucked over. I would like to play a game before it gets banned. I have not broken any rules, so I don't see how my game could get banned unless Steam changes their policy, which they will. Unfortunately, I do believe so. They will do that. My game was properly marked as adult with a thorough description of all the potentially offensive content before the coming soon page went live on Steam. I would love if Steam, allows this game. I would be very happy if Steam allows this game, because, it just goes to show that they're allowing creative freedom on the platform. You have a right to create as you see fit, because it's fiction. No one's getting hurt. The only people who are getting hurt are people who are shoving their morals down other people's throats. Morals are subjective. Always remember that. Okay, where was I? Right. However, if Steam does change their policy, and it is absolutely their right to do so as a private company, I will do what I can to try and create or find an alternate way of selling and marketing my games. I think there's a website called. No. I don't think that's the website. Okay, so do update your website and tell us about that. Whatever website you find or create where we can buy pawn games, that would be awesome. I doubt Nataku would allow you to, create games like these with them. They do have very sexual games, but I doubt they allow rape. Unfortunately, even they are not up for it. Um, one of the things is like anime and manga and doujinshis and stuff like this. Mostly Japanese stuff. They enjoy a lot more, freedom in what they want to create. I mean, rape is not that uncommon uh, in anime. They or manga really. They generally show this. Like I remember in Overlord, there was one scene where this dude is raping a girl while he's punching her in the face and stuff like that, and they throw her like tattered body outside and stuff like that. They're pretty gory about it too, and I really appreciate that. I really like that people are up for the task of creating stuff like this, and the doujinshi area is just going ape shit. They create stuff like rape is just like extremely common. It's like commonplace, and believe me, there's some really crazy rape doujinshis out there. So yeah, this is not a game. It's a glorified slideshow, aka it's game shaped object. Well, it's a visual novel. Isn't that just the point of a visual novel? To being a slideshow and with choices, obviously. This game includes more pre-rendered and individually posed 3D images than the majority of visual novels on Steam. I have spent the last 2 years of my life working on it. Damn. If you consider it a slideshow, then you would have to consider almost all visual novels slideshow. As a visual novel, it's focused on story and there's no fast clicking or keyboard mashing. This is not for everyone, but there is also a good bit of choice in the game. The story is not boring. I'd estimate it will take about an hour for most people to complete the game. The amount of content is typical for smaller indie games, and the price will reflect it. Just an hour. I mean, when the game comes out, maybe I'll play it on my Dtube account. I'm gonna leave the link to that in the description. It's just a website which allows you to, upload more sexual games. So I upload a lot of games on there. I mean, it's not that I've been playing a lot of them, but I've certainly played a few hours of Haram as a Simulator on there. So yeah. Hmm. Where was I? Oh yeah. I'd rather make a small and very fun and entertaining experience of about an hour than a long drawn out one. Especially as someone who values my time very highly. These are the types of experiences I personally seek out in life. TLDR, the game has a real story, real characters, and real choices. It fits under the category of visual novel. Hold on. My fucking phone fell out of my hand. Um, the game has real story and real characters and real choices. It fits on the category of visual novel. If you don't like visual novels or don't think visual novels should qualify games, you do not have to play them. I will buy your game, but only out of curiosity, morbid curiosity. I think you will enjoy it. I look forward to the game actually. It looks pretty damn decent. Will buy a game only to download it and say it's trash. And it's just, I don't know. I find it petty when people do that stuff. It's like, oh, I'm gonna buy your game, and then like, I'll give you bad reviews. I mean, have you not seen one of those videos where like the Uber driver is sitting with had a passenger, and the passenger is going ape shit, so they kick the passenger out, and they're like, I'm gonna give you a bad review and stuff like that. It's fucking hilarious. I think you'll find it very entertaining, but I will take into serious consideration everything that is said in the review for this game in the making of my next title. I'm a lifelong learner. I seriously respect and consider everyone's opinion, Buying the game to download it is fully your right to do. If you do leave a review, I would greatly appreciate it if that review was honest. For example, if the primary issue you have with my game is that you find it morally offensive, then you could say that in your review. Honest communication is the most effective for change as well as harmony. That is true. I do appreciate, just a conversation instead of going ape shit. But again, I have to make games that I find it fun and entertaining. So if that's all of the feedback I receive, then I'll do my best to make my future titles and the representation on Steam less emotionally obtrusive to those who would not be interested in the type of game I desire to create. But if there is a niche audience that enjoys this game, then there are who and then they are who I'm making it for. And then they are who I'm making it for. What's up with the baby killing scene? Did I? Okay. This scene has been removed. I am sorry to anyone whom this scene's existence caused. Uh, Hold on. Did I fuck it up? Okay, there it is. What's up with the baby killing scene? The scene has been removed. I'm sorry to anyone whom the scene's existence caused distress. I'm learning to find my artistic balance between producing the games I love and not causing avalanches of outrage. Now here's the thing, I have no idea what the baby killing scene is all about. He must have put on some kind of photo on Steam, where there's a scene where he kills a baby in, like, in the game, which honestly I would love to see. Baby killing scene, 100%. As I said, I read doujinshis and stuff, and believe me, they have way worse shit to do than just killing a baby. Like, they can literally rip a fucking child out of a woman's womb while it's in like the 7th month, and then eat it, or like boil it and feed it to the woman itself. So stuff like that is, believe me, it's not that uncommon to see. So I would like to see the baby killing scene, but I can understand his point. I mean, he's already getting outraged for the rape and shit. Now, if he adds gore on top of that, believe me, he's going to get fucked up real fucking fast. So yeah, that's the little context on the game Rape Day. When the game comes out, I'll probably buy it. And if I do end up buying it, I will upload it on my Dtube account. There will be a link in the description to my Twitter and my Dtube account. You can go follow me on Twitter. If you go to my Dtube account, by the way, on the top right corner, there's a gear button. Click that, click NSFW, and you click show, and my entire channel will pop up. Otherwise, when you go to my channel, there's like literally 1 or 2 videos and that have no context or nothing to do with anything. But as soon as you allow NSFW videos, my entire channel pops into existence. So I'll probably play it there so you guys can check it out. So only thing I can say is that best of luck, my dude, and hopefully Steam allows this game and they don't try to fuck with their policies just so that you can't upload games like this. I certainly do enjoy a bit of creative freedom. I certainly do enjoy rape and stuff like this in games as well. So I would certainly appreciate it. I mean, sex in itself causes so much outrage. It's ridiculous. Like, you can kill people, you can torture people as you see fit, but you can't. I mean, even just like a normal sex scene causes outrage in people, let alone a rape scene. I mean, I would fucking love it if they. I would certainly play this game, man, dude. This is something I certainly appreciate. So that's that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.